Hello guys, welcome back to another video. Today I'll be talking about a situation that I didn't actually know was happening. Um, I'm not going to be going too in-depth in this video as I'm just trying to get this first one out so that I can kind of spread the beginning of the word. Not really the just spreading the word with a video that'll probably take a week to make and edit. So um, today we'll be talking about a situation that actually involves one of my old, I won't say friends, I think we'll go with acquaintances at best. And after what's happened, I would not consider having ever been their friend if I'd known that they would turn out like this. So, we're going to be talking about yoiboiitsrya. I think that's how you say that, but he is the creator of Yoi's Towers of Hell, a server that I was a part of for several years. And I want to quickly put it out there that the despicable behavior that we're about to talk about in this video, I was completely unaware of. I'll leave the document in the description. Once again, well, not once again, but thank you to the Discord user lyriffs for actually telling me about this, because otherwise I was just gonna stay in this asshole server for a while longer, and it's a very good thing that I was made aware of this. So, just huge thank you to him, and then, yeah, let's just, get started. So, first off, I want to say that some of this, well, actually, none of this happened while I was still friends with him. I want to go into my background with Yoi real quick. So I met Yoi probably 2022. So I would have been not even technically supposed to be using Discord yet. I had an old account that I have messages with Yoi on that actually got banned because I was underage for Discord at the time. But I really only had it because I had friends on Roblox that I wanted to talk to who were around my age. Some of my friends that have appeared on videos I met around this 2022 time whenever I was not old enough to use Discord. I was 12 years old at the time. So I met him, I talked to him, I think around this time, the document said he was 18, the document said he's 18, so around this time, Yoi would be 15 years old. So I met him before and any of this that I've read so far. I haven't quite finished reading through the document, but from what I've skimmed for the most part, most of it did start to happen after I had already decided not to be friends with him anymore. So the reason that I had even met him was because at the time, I still am, but at the time I was friends with the owner of a little game called Spiral's Magical Towers, who knew Yoi at the time. And I was also friends with the previous owner. Well, I shouldn't say previous owner, but the owner of Tricky Triangles, Dogman. And so I had met Yoi like quite a few times, and I mean, he did always seem like a chill guy to me. He never really stood out to me, to be honest. I kind of ignored him. I didn't really care too much about his existence at the time, and that was mostly because I was just friends with Spiral and Dogman. And for some odd reason, Spiral, I believe, was the one that knew Yoi. Might have been Dogman, but either way, neither of them are like Yoi at all. I should put this out here right now. Neither of them are as bad as Yoi. They don't say anything like that. I still talk to these people today. They're absolutely great dudes. I am positive that if any of them see this video, they would absolutely regret their previous ties with Yoi. So, yeah, after I kind of stopped being like even acquaintances with him, just because like he had kind of turned into a bit of a douchebag. I kind of just stayed in his server because I kind of forgot I was in there. So I was in his Discord server, and for the longest time, I got updates for YTO, even though I didn't like really care. So come to 2025, specifically December 14th is when I'm recording this. I get a notification from a Discord user named Lyriffs who came out and said, and I quote, "Hi, apologies for the abrupt DM, but I noticed you were in the yoi's Towers of Hell server. Here's a Google Doc of something you should learn about the owner of that game." Okay, I just read that horribly, but I'm kind of illiterate sometimes. Anyway, there's a TLDR you can read at the beginning of the document. I strongly suggest you leave the YTO server and cut all ties with Yoi. I'm retarded. But I kind of read this, message while I was playing a GTA Online mission, and I didn't really grasp the whole concept of, like, what was even being said at the time. I kind of just answered with, okay, let me read this. So during a cutscene, I decided to take a little look at what was being alleged, and I looked at it, and I looked at the TLDR, and yeah, it's pretty bad. before I make the video that'll probably be like an hour and a half long, where I actually go through every single little bit of evidence with you guys, for this video, we'll just stick with the TLDR. So, yoiboiitsrya was repeated, this stuff is for, repeated server masquerading, doxing, leaking messages, posting not safe for work imagery and gore on a server with minors, staff and members he repeatedly harassed staff and members, repeated attempts of starting drama, impersonating, sorry guys, impersonating repeated racism and Nazism, repeated ban evading, faking derogatory screenshots. His alt accounts that have been confirmed are Great Boyo Free, Yo What's Popping, Big Boss 390303, Your Average Cubbo, I'm Nuking It, Mr_Register_Man, and The Real Beelzebub. Now, these accounts, from what I've read so far, were actually used to just straight harass people, and evade bans, and he claimed, for the most part, to just straight up have ties. From how far I've gotten into it, he had the Your Average Cubbo account was, like, checked by the original creator of the document, Magnum86. So Magnum86 interviewed somebody from the EToH's staff team, I believe it was, and kind of just, like, asked about the account, Your Average Cubbo specifically, and basically Yoi gave the answer, yes, that is my account, but it was hacked years ago, and I no longer have access. Now, let me just clarify something for you guys, based on what I've read. The account was a week old at the time, so there was no way for it to have gotten hacked years prior, because the account was a week old. So, right off the bat there, just a flat-out lie. And you'll see that with a lot of this document, the main theme is that Yoi is just a pathological liar. Basically, anything that Yoi states, like, pretty much, if it's horrible, it's probably true, and if it's not horrible, it's probably a lie. That's, like, kind of your TLDR for that. And so, Yoi has been, like, alleged of these things, and from what I've heard, he hasn't really denied it either, which is kind of the shitty part. He hasn't, like, really come out and said, yeah, no, that wasn't me on anything. In fact, from what I can tell, he actually kind of takes pride in this behavior, which is just disgusting that you would take pride in Naziist behavior and believe that that is okay. But Yoi is thankfully probably going to be facing actual consequences. Not legally. I would highly doubt that it would end up a legal case, but hopefully we will be getting rid of him from the entire EToH community. And that'll be all for this video. I really just felt like I needed to talk about this. I offered to lyriffs, which was the one trying to spread this information around, which was why it was ported to a Google Doc. So I was just like kind of sent this information. I offered to make a YouTube video about it. He said by all means go for it, so I've just decided that I'm gonna go for it. So I'm thankfully not I'm thankful that I did not stay in a like actual somewhat friendly relationship with him. I'm glad I stopped being friends with him when I did, because he just kind of became an annoying douchebag, and it's become clear to me that I definitely made the right decision whenever I decided that I would not be talking to him any longer. It does seem like this was the best decision I could have made, and I very much don't regret it, because just hearing these things, his behavior is appalling, and I'll have like a bigger video coming out maybe in a week about it. It really depends on how long it takes me to edit the video and like fully read through the document, because I want to make sure that I am as informed as possible before giving out this information, because I do not wish to give out incorrect information. But the full-length video will be going over every little piece of evidence and kind of connecting it all together in places that the writer didn't entirely connect it, and just making it as like self-explanatory as possible. But yeah, that's about it. See ya.